One of the most common questions that students ask when considering study abroad is, can I afford it? At the UCI Study Abroad Center, we believe that study abroad should and can be accessible to all students. If you can afford to study here at UCI, you can afford to study abroad. In this video, we'll hear from students about their study abroad experiences and take a look at some of the resources available to you at UCI. First, let's take a look at the most common resource available to UCI students: financial aid. If you receive financial aid at UCI, you are also eligible to receive financial aid while studying abroad. And there's no extra hassle. Just complete the FAFSA, or Free Application for Student Financial Aid, as usual. If you rely on financial aid, keep in mind that the aid available to students is more limited during the summer than during the regular school year.
I had a few financial concerns prior to studying abroad. The biggest one of them was just trying to figure out a program that was right for me on the basis of cost. And I was also concerned about different expenses that I would have while abroad. On top of that, I'm an out-of-state student, so my tuition is a little bit higher than normal in-state students at UCI. So I was particularly concerned with how a study abroad program would affect my aid. The program that I chose was actually cheaper than a quarter at UCI, so I actually saved some money there. I ended up talking a lot with the financial aid office, and they gave me a lot of cool resources to help me understand how a non-resident versus a resident would be paying tuition.
Did I have financial concerns when deciding to study abroad? Absolutely. I come from a single-parent household. As well, I'm a first-generation college student, and I moved to America when I was very, very young. So the financial situation was definitely on the radar when I'm applying to college and when deciding if I was going to study abroad or not. I was able to get pretty good financial aid, which enabled me to even travel outside of the country I was in studying abroad, and I was very, very comfortable as well when I was abroad.
In addition to financial aid, there are many scholarships available to students that provide funding for study abroad. These include scholarships offered by UC Irvine, scholarships offered by private or government organizations, and scholarships offered by study abroad programs themselves.
I applied to one scholarship and I got that scholarship. This was the travel scholarships through the School of Engineering. And I was lucky enough to look through this study abroad center resources and see that my own school was giving out money for us engineers to go abroad.
So as a financial aid student, I had to do a lot of work in terms of scholarships in order to pay for my study abroad, but it really paid off for me because I was able to travel and pay for all of my expenses using both financial aid and scholarship money.
To learn more about the resources available to you, go to studyabroad.uci.edu/finances. Have more questions about financial aid and study abroad? You can reach out at eapfa@uci.edu to learn more.
For me, it was cheaper to do a semester at abroad or at another university than staying at UCI. So I would definitely recommend to look at those prices and compare them to the one at UCI and see if, financial aid could cover those fees. And if not, there's a bunch of opportunities when looking for grants and scholarships.
Since I was able to stick to my budget, I had my emergency fund, I had some cash on hand, I was really able to enjoy my study abroad experience, given that I was able to plan ahead and really get that information from the financial aid office and the Study Abroad Center on how to maximize my experience abroad with the means that I had.
Have any other questions about study abroad? Our peer advisors are here to help. Book an appointment today at studyabroad.uci.edu/about/contact to start planning your study abroad experience.